Hello, and welcome. Wherever you are right now, allow this moment to be simple. There is nothing you need to prepare, nothing you need to review, and nothing you need to carry forward. You've arrived at a calm pause in time, at the gentle edge where one year slowly releases its grip and another waits quietly, without urgency. On Earth, the end of a year is not marked by fireworks or clocks. It is not announced by sound or light. The planet does not celebrate, reflect, or anticipate. It simply continues moving, completing another calm journey around the sun, just as it has done for billions of years. This moment we call the end of the year is, for Earth, only a soft turning point in an endless, steady motion. Right now, the planet is traveling through space at a constant pace, carrying oceans, continents, clouds, and life together as one. There is no sensation of speed, no vibration, no effort. Earth moves smoothly along its orbit, guided by gravity, completing a path that takes a little over 365 days. This path does not begin or end sharply. It curves gently, flowing onward without pause. The idea of a year exists because Earth's position relative to the sun slowly changes. Seasons shift, light angles adjust, temperatures rise and fall. These changes happen gradually, not suddenly. Winter does not arrive all at once. Summer does not leave abruptly. The planet transitions slowly, allowing everything on its surface time to adapt without stress. As this year comes to its close, Earth is not closing anything. Nothing is being finished or finalized. There is no reset, no clean break. The ground beneath you remains the same. The air continues circulating. Water keeps moving through its cycles. Life rests or continues according to rhythm, not calendar. At night, this becomes easier to feel. Without the distraction of daylight, the planet's steady calm becomes more noticeable. Temperatures soften. Sounds fade. Movement slows. Earth offers a natural pause, not because a year is ending, but because night itself invites rest. This pause has arrived countless times before, and it will arrive countless times again. The passing of a year does not require reflection from the planet. Mountains do not remember previous years. Oceans do not measure time. Ice does not mark anniversaries. Everything simply exists within slow, continuous change. The Earth trusts time completely. It does not rush it, resist it, or try to define it. For humans, the end of a year often feels heavy with meaning. But here, in this quiet moment, there is nothing that needs to be evaluated or understood. You are not being asked to look back or look ahead. You are simply being invited to rest within the calm reality that Earth itself inhabits all the time. The year is ending the same way it began, quietly, steadily. Without announcement, the planet is stable, supported, balanced, and in this steady movement through space, there is room for you to let go of effort, soften attention, and settle gently into rest. There is nothing you need to bring into the next year right now. There is nothing you need to resolve before sleep arrives. The Earth is carrying you forward regardless. As this calm science of time and motion begins to unfold, allow your breathing to slow naturally, without guidance. Let your thoughts loosen their grip. You are safe within a rhythm far older and steadier than any calendar. And here, at the quiet edge of the year, rest is already waiting. B-L-O-C-K. To the planet finishing a loop without stopping. Earth never reaches the end of its year in the way a human mind imagines an ending. There is no invisible line to cross and no moment when motion pauses to acknowledge completion. The planet moves through space along a continuous, curved path around the sun, guided by gravity and balance rather than intention or awareness. When one year finishes, nothing about this movement changes. Earth does not slow, reset, or begin again. It simply continues forward, completing one gentle loop and flowing directly into the next without interruption. This yearly journey is remarkably smooth and unbroken. Earth travels along its orbit without resistance, without friction, and without any sensation of speed. From the surface, this motion cannot be felt because it is constant and evenly balanced. Oceans, continents, clouds, and atmosphere all move together as a single system, unified within the same calm momentum. Nothing is left behind, and nothing is pulled ahead. The planet demonstrates that continuous motion does not require effort when everything is aligned. The concept of a year exists because of Earth's steady relationship with the Sun. As the planet circles, the angle at which sunlight reaches the surface shifts slowly over time. These subtle changes give rise to the seasons, not as sharp transitions, but as gradual adjustments that unfold across months. Light grows softer or stronger by small degrees. Temperatures respond gently. Life adapts without urgency. The end of a year is simply one quiet point along this smooth arc, no more significant to the planet than any other moment in its orbit. At this time, Earth is not arriving anywhere, nor is it departing. There is no sense of conclusion or anticipation built into the planet's movement. The surface remains supported. The air continues to circulate calmly. Water flows through evaporation, condensation, and return without pause. Ice rests where it has settled. Forests grow or sleep according to light and temperature, not according to dates or numbers. Nothing on Earth waits for permission to continue. From the planet's perspective, time does not pass in measured units. There is no internal clock marking days or months. There is only motion, rotation, and change unfolding steadily at a pace that rarely demands attention. A year passes because Earth completes a loop, not because anything is ended. Completion here does not mean stopping. It means continuity without disruption. Night makes this truth easier to feel. Without daylight marking hours, movement becomes less noticeable. The planet feels still, even as it continues traveling through space. This contrast reveals something essential. Motion and rest are not opposites. They exist together. Earth can be moving constantly, while remaining deeply at rest at the same time. The quiet science of the year's end shows that nothing needs to be finalized for time to continue. The planet does not review what is past, or prepare for what comes next. It trusts the path it follows, knowing that balance remains as long as movement stays gentle and there is no urgency built into this journey, only steady progress guided by gravity and time. Within this understanding, there is no need to mark the moment or hold on to meaning. You are already being carried forward, supported by a rhythm that does not require attention or effort. And as Earth finishes one loop without stopping, your thoughts are free to do the same, releasing the need for closure, softening the idea of endings, and allowing continuity to feel calm, safe, and deeply restful. Block 3. When time slows without noticing. As the year reaches what humans call its end, time itself does not change pace. Nothing accelerates, and nothing slows down. There is no tightening of moments, and no opening of a new beginning from the planet's point of view. Earth continues moving through time exactly as it always has, allowing change to unfold quietly and without awareness. What feels like a threshold to the human mind is, to the planet, simply another gentle position along an endless, uninterrupted flow. Time on Earth is created by motion rather than by measurement. The steady rotation of the planet produces days and nights. Its calm orbit around the sun gives rise to seasons and years. These cycles are not counted internally. They are not marked or remembered. They exist because movement continues smoothly and predictably. When one year completes, nothing needs to acknowledge it. The motion that created the year simply carries on, producing the next one without pause or distinction. This is why the passing of time often feels softer late at night, without schedules, clocks, and bright light reinforcing the idea of progression. Awareness begins to loosen. Minutes stretch gently. Moments feel wider and less defined. The pressure to track what comes next fades. Earth has always existed in this state, where time is present but not emphasized, flowing steadily without demanding attention. Across the planet, natural systems respond to time gradually rather than precisely. Temperatures shift slowly over weeks and months. Ice forms or melts over long periods, responding to averages rather than moments. Plants adjust their growth according to the length of daylight, not the date on a calendar. Animals respond to warmth, darkness, and availability rather than two-numbered days. Life aligns itself with time by sensing conditions, not by counting them. Even the deepest geological processes reflect this unhurried relationship with time. Mountains rise millimeter by millimeter over millions of years. Rivers carve valleys through repetition rather than force, wearing stone away grain by grain. Continents drift across the planet's surface so slowly that their motion feels invisible. These changes are not milestones. They are expressions of continuity, unfolding quietly without urgency or awareness. The idea of a year ending often carries emotional weight for humans, because it suggests evaluation, reflection, or transition. But Earth offers a different perspective. Nothing needs to be assessed for motion to continue. Nothing needs to be completed for balance to remain. Time does not require closure. It does not wait for meaning. It simply carries forward whatever exists, unchanged by interpretation. Night strengthens this gentle relationship with time. As darkness spreads, visual markers diminish. Edges soften. Without light to define sequence, awareness relaxes its grip on structure. The planet feels slower, not because its movement has changed, but because fewer signals are asking to be noticed. Time becomes something you are resting within, rather than something you are watching pass. This is the quiet science beneath the turning of the year. Time does not stop. It does not reset. It does not prepare for what comes next. It flows steadily, carrying Earth forward without concern for beginnings or endings. The sense of an ending belongs to human perception, not to planetary motion. Here, within the steady and gentle flow, there is nothing you need to hold on to and nothing you need to release. Time is already moving calmly, carrying everything with it. And as Earth continues forward without noticing the passage of the year, your own awareness can follow that same rhythm, loosening its grip on moments, allowing thoughts to soften, and resting comfortably within a flow that does not require attention, effort, or understanding. Log 4. Light fading without ceremony. As the year moves toward what humans recognize as its ending, light does not behave differently than it has at any other moment. There is no special dimming and no signal in the sky that something is finishing. Light continues its slow, predictable movement across the planet, guided only by distance, angle, and motion. The sun rises and sets as it always has, offering illumination without awareness, intention, or pause. For Earth, light does not mark conclusions. It simply follows its path. Over the course of a year, daylight lengthens and shortens so gradually that the change is almost unnoticeable from one day to the next. Morning light arrives a little earlier or later. Evening light lingers for a few extra minutes or fades slightly sooner. These adjustments are gentle and continuous, never abrupt. Shadows stretch and contract slowly. Colors shift in warmth and softness depending on the sun's angle, not on the turning of a calendar. The planet adapts without effort, allowing light to guide rhythm rather than define moments. As the sun lowers toward the horizon, its light passes through more layers of atmosphere. This filters brightness naturally, softening contrast and warming tones. The sky blends from blue into deeper shades, then into darkness, without sharp edges. Earth does not hurry this transition. It allows light to thin gradually, giving land, water, and airtime. To respond calmly, nothing is turned off. Nothing is removed. Light simply spreads, softens, and settles into night. Artificial light often interrupts this process, but beneath it, the natural rhythm remains unchanged. When artificial light is absent or reduced, the the planet's pattern becomes clearer. Darkness does not arrive suddenly. It gathers slowly as light releases its hold. Details lose sharpness. Movement becomes less pronounced. Attention naturally relaxes. The planet does not replace light with darkness. It allows light to transform gently into rest. Light also influences temperature in quiet ways. As sunlight fades, surfaces begin releasing the warmth they have stored during the day. Stone cools gradually. Soil exhales heat slowly. Water holds warmth the longest, releasing it over many hours. This gentle cooling prevents shock, allowing ecosystems to settle smoothly. The planet prefers gradual change, giving every system time to adjust without strain. Plants respond to fading light without awareness. As daylight decreases, internal processes shift. Growth slows. Energy is conserved. Leaves and stems move toward rest or transformation quietly. These changes are not reactions to dates or seasons as concepts. They are responses to light itself, arriving gradually and reliably. Animals respond in similar ways. Many reduce activity as light decreases, retreating toward shelter or stillness. Others emerge calmly, adapted to low light and subtle movement. The planet accommodates these different rhythms effortlessly, allowing light to guide behavior without command or urgency. No transition is forced. Everything adjusts naturally. The end of the year does not alter any of this. Light continues its daily and seasonal cycles without reference to human meaning. The sun does not acknowledge the passage of months. It simply follows its steady path, illuminating Earth with the same quiet consistency it always has. At night, when light is minimal, the planet feels larger and calmer. Without strong illumination, attention loosens its focus. There is less to observe and less to respond to. Darkness becomes a space rather than an absence, allowing awareness to rest without effort. The fading of light invites stillness without demanding it. This gentle retreat of light is not an ending. It is a continuation of a process that repeats every day and every year. Unchanged and reliable, Earth does not treat the close of a year as special. It treats it as another moment within a slow, steady rhythm that has never required recognition. As these quiet truths settle into awareness, there is nothing you need to watch and nothing you need to wait for. Light will return when it is time, just as it always does. And in its gentle absence, your own awareness is free to soften, release effort, and rest comfortably within the calm that does not ask for attention, explanation, or response. Block 5. The air settling at the turn of the year. As the year moves quietly toward its close, the air around the planet does not shift in response to dates or numbers. It continues doing what it has always done, circulating gently, redistributing warmth, and easing itself into balance. The atmosphere does not recognize endings. It responds only to temperature, pressure, and light, adjusting slowly and continuously without urgency or awareness. When sunlight weakens during longer nights, the air begins to settle. Warm currents that rose acidly during the day lose strength, and cooler air drifts downward, layering softly near the surface. This settling does not happen suddenly. It unfolds gradually over hours, allowing movement to soften rather than stop. Winds ease not because they are commanded to rest, but because the conditions that sustain them have gently faded. Across oceans and land, the atmosphere smooths itself into broader, calmer patterns. Large systems move slowly, often taking days or weeks to complete their paths. These movements are wide and unhurried, guided by Earth's rotation and temperature differences rather than by force. The air does not rush to correct imbalance. It allows balance to return through patience and time. At night, sound behaves differently within this settled air. Cooler, denser layers carry sound softly and evenly, reducing sharpness and contrast. Distant noises feel muted. Nearby sounds lose urgency. Silence becomes easier to sense. not because sound disappears, but because the air no longer amplifies it. The atmosphere gently reshapes how the world is heard, encouraging rest without instruction. Humidity shifts slowly as well. Moisture settles into cooler air, forming dew or mist when conditions allow. This process happens quietly, molecule by molecule, without disruption. Fog may appear not as an event, but as a gradual softening of space, blurring edges and slowing perception. The planet uses these subtle changes to calm its surface naturally. The air also acts as a memory of warmth. Even as nights grow longer, the atmosphere releases heat slowly, preventing sharp drops in temperature. This moderation allows ecosystems to adjust smoothly. The planet does not shock itself into rest. It eases into it, trusting gradual change over abrupt transition. Human-made boundaries mean little to the air. It moves across cities, forests, deserts, and oceans without distinction. It does not pause at borders or respond to celebrations. As the year ends by human measure, the atmosphere continues its quiet work, circulating life-supporting gases evenly, breath by breath, moment by moment. This steady behavior has guided life for as long as air has surrounded the planet. Organisms evolved to follow its cues, syncing rest and activity to subtle changes in temperature and light, rather than to timekeeping. The air teaches life how to slow down without stopping completely, how to remain present without strain. There is no final breath of the year for the atmosphere, no sigh of completion. It does not mark the passage of months. It simply continues, holding the planet gently, allowing movement to soften when energy fades and resume when conditions change again. As these calm reflections drift through awareness, there is nothing to track and nothing to anticipate. The air around you is already settling, already balanced, already doing what it has always done. And as the atmosphere eases into its quiet rhythm, your own breathing can follow naturally, slowing without effort, resting within a space that does not recognize endings, only gentle continuation. Log 6. The surface of Earth responding without urgency. As the year approaches its close, the surface of Earth does not react or prepare. It does not adjust itself in anticipation of anything ending or beginning. Land, water, and stone continue responding only to the slow forces that shape them every day. Light, temperature, gravity, and time. The planet does not recognize a final stretch of the year. It remains present within a continuous process that never requires acknowledgement. Across continents, the ground cools gradually as nights lengthen. Heat absorbed during daylight releases slowly back into the air, moving upward molecule by molecule. This exchange takes hours, sometimes days, depending on the material. Stone cools more slowly than soil. Water holds warmth even longer, offering stability to nearby air. These differences create gentle variations, rather than sharp contrasts. The surface does not hurry to match the night. It allows temperatures to settle naturally. Mountains remain unchanged by the passing of a year. Their slopes release warmth slowly, and their peaks respond to thin air and light, rather than to timekeeping. Snow accumulates or melts, depending on long-term conditions, not on dates. Wind shapes rock grain by grain over immense spans, not noticing the completion of a calendar cycle. The surface here exists within geological patience, where years are too small to matter. Plains and valleys follow the same quiet logic. Soil retains moisture or dries slowly, responding to precipitation patterns rather than to seasonal labels. Grasslands rest or grow according to light and temperature, not to the concept of a year ending. Rivers continue carving their paths gently, carrying sediment toward the sea at an unhurried pace. Their flow does not change direction because time has passed. It remains guided by gravity alone. Coastlines shift subtly with each tide. Waves arrive, touch the shore, and withdraw, repeating this motion without memory. Over time, these small actions reshape beaches and cliffs, but never quickly. A year adds almost nothing to to this process. Change accumulates only through repetition and patience. The surface accepts this slow work without resistance. Forests respond to the deepening night by conserving energy. Leaves fall or remain depending on species and climate. Roots continue their quiet exchange with soil, absorbing nutrients slowly. Trees do not measure growth by years ending. They hit rings in response to available energy, one layer at a time, indifferent to human divisions of time. Deserts cool dramatically at night, but even here the transition is gradual. Sand releases heat slowly into the sky, and air settles gently close to the ground. Stillness spreads not because something has ended, but because energy has finished moving. The surface rests openly, without shelter, trusting the same balance it always has. Beneath oceans, the seafloor remains almost completely unchanged. Storms above do not disturb these depths. Sediment continues settling grain by grain, building layers that may remain undisturbed for centuries. The end of a year passes unnoticed here, absorbed into a continuity so vast that short spans of time lose meaning entirely. The surface of Earth does not pause to reflect. It does not store memory of what is past. It simply continues responding to conditions as they arise. Always slowly, always patiently. This responsiveness without urgency is what keeps the planet stable across ages. As these calm realities drift through awareness, there is nothing to compare and nothing to complete. The ground beneath you is not concerned with time passing. It is simply present, supporting, responding, and resting when energy allows. And as Earth's surface continues without urgency, your own awareness can do the same, releasing the idea of endings, loosening the need to measure time, and settling into a calm that feels steady, grounded, and deeply safe. Block 7. Water continuing its cycles beyond the calendar. As the year moves quietly toward what humans consider its end, water on Earth does not adjust its behavior in response. Oceans, rivers, lakes, ice, and vapor continue their cycles exactly as they always have, guided by gravity, temperature, and time rather than by dates. There is no final movement of the year for water, no closing gesture. It flows, rests, rises, and settles without noticing that a loop has been completed. Oceans hold most of the planet's water, and they change with exceptional patience. Surface waters cool slowly as nights grow longer, releasing stored heat back into the atmosphere over many hours. Deeper waters remain nearly unchanged, insulated from short-term shifts. This layered stability allows the ocean to stay calm even as conditions above fluctuate. Storms may pass, winds may ease, but beneath the surface, water continues moving at a pace measured in decades or centuries. A year passing adds almost nothing to this rhythm. Rivers respond gently to seasonal patterns rather than to timekeeping. Snowmelt, rainfall, and evaporation influence their flow slowly, often with delays that stretch across months. A river does not recognize the final day of a year. It continues following gravity, curving around obstacles, carrying sediment steadily toward the sea. Each moment of flow is complete in itself, requiring no acknowledgement of what has passed before. Lakes settle into stillness as temperatures drop. Without strong winds or solar heating, their surfaces become smoother, reflecting sky and darkness quietly. Heat stored during warmer months releases gradually, helping moderate the surrounding air. This slow release prevents sudden change, allowing ecosystems to ease into rest. The lake does not rush to cool. It allows balance to arrive naturally. Ice forms and melts according to long-term averages, not to calendar milestones. In colder regions, water freezes slowly, crystal by crystal, releasing energy gently into its room. In warmer regions, ice retreats gradually, returning water to motion without urgency. Glaciers, built over thousands of years, move so slowly that a single year is almost meaningless. Their motion carries memory across deep time, untouched by human divisions. Water vapor circulates through the atmosphere continuously. Evaporation lifts moisture slowly into the air. Clouds form when conditions allow, not on schedule. Rain falls when droplets grow heavy enough, following gravity alone. These processes repeat endlessly, forming a cycle that does not pause or reset. The water cycle flows smoothly across years, decades, and centuries, indifferent to human concepts of beginning and end. At night, water responds quietly to cooling air. Dew forms gently on surfaces as moisture settles. Fog may appear gradually, softening landscapes and blurring distance. These subtle expressions of water slow perception and reduce contrast, helping the planet ease into stillness. Nothing announces their arrival. They emerge naturally when balance allows. Even beneath the ground, water moves patiently. Aquifers fill and empty over long periods, responding slowly to precipitation and drought. Underground streams carve paths silently, dissolving stone drop by drop. These hidden movements continue uninterrupted, untouched by the passing of a year. Water teaches Earth how to continue without urgency. It never hurries to arrive, and it never resists rest. It moves when energy is available and settles when it is not. This flexibility allows balance to persist across changing conditions, ensuring stability without control. As these gentle truths about water drift through awareness, there is nothing to follow and nothing to complete. The planet's water is already moving and resting in perfect continuity, and as Earth allows its waters to continue beyond the calendar, your own thoughts can do the same, flowing softly when they need to, settling quietly when they do not, and resting within a rhythm that does not recognize endings, only gentle continuation. Block 8. The atmosphere letting the year dissolve. As the year reaches what humans label its final days, the atmosphere does not acknowledge the transition. The air surrounding Earth does not prepare, conclude, or reset. It continues circulating gently around the planet, responding only to temperature, pressure, and light. The idea of a year ending does not exist within the atmosphere. There is only continuous adjustment, unfolding slowly and without urgency. Air moves because balance requires it, not because time has passed. Warm air resists gradually when sunlight reaches the surface. Cooler air drifts in quietly to replace it. These exchanges happen everywhere, all the time, forming wide, looping patterns that circle the planet over days, weeks, and months. As nights grow longer near the end of the year, these movements soften naturally. Rising currents weaken. Air settles into calmer layers. The atmosphere eases itself into stillness without stopping entirely. Large-scale circulation patterns continue their steady paths. Trade winds, westerlies, and polar air masses do not change direction because a year is ending. They remain guided by Earth's rotation and long-term temperature differences. These systems move slowly, redistributing heat and moisture evenly across the globe. A single year is too small to matter to them. Their rhythms stretch across decades and centuries, smoothing extremes patiently. At night, the atmosphere becomes more layered and stable. Cooler air near the surface settles gently, while warmer air remains above. This layering reduces turbulence and movement, allowing the air to feel heavier and quieter. Sound travels differently through these layers, losing sharpness and urgency. The world does not become silent because sound disappears, but because the air no longer carries it aggressively. Moisture in the atmosphere responds quietly to cooling temperatures. As air cools, it holds less water vapor. Excess moisture settles slowly, forming dew on grass, leaves, and stone. In some places, mist or fog appears gradually, softening distance and reducing contrast. These changes are not events. They are gentle adjustments, emerging when conditions allow. Clouds drift patiently across the sky, guided by slow currents rather than by purpose. They stretch, thin, and dissolve without resistance. No cloud marks the end of a year. Each exists fully in its moment, responding only to surrounding air. Some clouds persist for hours. Others fade quickly. None of them hurry, and none of them linger unnecessarily. The atmosphere also acts as a quiet buffer at the turning of the year. It absorbs heat released from land and water and redistributes it gradually, preventing sharp changes in temperature. Even as winter deepens or summer wanes, the air moderates transitions gently. This moderation protects life from sudden shifts, allowing rest to arrive naturally. Human-made boundaries and schedules mean nothing to the air. It moves freely across cities, oceans, forests, and deserts, carrying oxygen, nitrogen, and trace gases evenly around the planet. Every breath is supported by this continuous mixing, a process that never pauses or resets. The atmosphere does not mark time. It sustains life moment by moment, indifferent to calendars. This steady circulation has guided life since the earliest organisms breathed. Bodies evolved to sync with subtle changes in air and temperature rather than with dates. Rest and activity follow. Light, warmth, and availability, not the idea of a year closing. The atmosphere teaches life how to continue smoothly, without attachment to endings. There is no final breath of the year, no sigh of completion. The air simply continues its quiet work, circulating gently, settling when energy fades, moving again when conditions shift. This continuity is what allows Earth to remain calm and stable across changing seasons. As these calm realities drift through awareness, there is nothing to monitor and nothing to anticipate. The air around you is already balanced, already adjusting, already present. And as the atmosphere lets the year dissolve without notice, your own breathing can soften in the same way, slow, steady. And on a reed resting within a rhythm that does not recognize endings, only gentle continuation. Block 9. The ground holding time without memory. As the year approaches what humans consider its end, the ground beneath the planet does not respond or prepare. Soil, stone, and bedrock do not sense the passing of months or the completion of a cycle. They remain present within a much longer rhythm, one where years are too small to register and time is held without memory. The ground does not notice endings. It simply continues supporting everything above it, steady and unchanged. Soil cools gradually as nights lengthen. Heat absorbed during daylight releases slowly upward, passing through layers of earth at a pace measured in hours and days. This release is gentle and continuous, preventing sudden temperature shifts. The ground does not hurry to match the night. It allows warmth to fade naturally, creating stability for roots, insects, and microorganisms that rely on consistent conditions. Beneath the surface, countless small processes continue uninterrupted. Organic matter breaks down slowly, returning nutrients to the soil. Minerals dissolve and recombine over long periods, shaping the chemistry of the ground quietly. Tiny organisms move through the soil, unseen and unheard, sustaining life through patient repetition. None of these processes respond to the idea of a year ending. They unfold continuously, guided only by moisture, temperature, and time. Rock layers beneath the soil hold Earth's history in calm silence. Sediment settles gently, forming layers that may remain undisturbed for millions of years. Each layer rests upon the last without pressure or conflict, preserving time without awareness. These layers do not separate one year from the next. They record change only when it accumulates slowly enough to matter on a geological scale. The planet's crust moves so gradually that it feels perfectly still. Tectonic plates drift at speeds similar to the growth of fingernails, reshaping continents over immense spans. A single year adds almost nothing to this movement. Mountains rise and erode through patience rather than force. Valleys deepen through repetition rather than events. The ground exists within a rhythm where continuity matters more than moments. Even earthquakes, which feel sudden when they occur, are part of this long, quiet adjustment. Pressure builds slowly beneath the surface, often releasing itself without noticeable movement. Most of the time, the ground corrects itself gently, maintaining balance without disturbance. The planet prefers slow correction to abrupt change. Underground water continues its silent work. Aquifers fill and empty over long periods, responding gradually to rainfall and drought. Streams carve paths through stone, drop by drop, shaping caves and channels without sound. These movements continue across centuries, unaffected by calendar boundaries. In cold regions, frozen ground changes slowly as well. Permafrost warms or cools over decades, not days. Ice within soil responds to long-term trends rather than to individual seasons. The ground holds cold and warmth patiently, allowing ecosystems above to adjust without shock. Even beneath cities, where surface activity seems constant, the ground remains calm. Vibrations from traffic and movement pass through soil and stone, then dissipate quickly. Deep below, temperature stays nearly constant. The ground does not participate in urgency. It absorbs it and releases it quietly. The end of a year passes unnoticed by the earth beneath you. There is no marking of time, no closing gesture. The ground continues, holding weight, supporting life, and allowing change to unfold slowly enough to remain stable. As these quiet truths drift through awareness, there is nothing to measure and nothing to complete. The ground beneath you is not concerned with time passing. It is simply present, steady, and reliable. And as Earth holds time without memory, your own awareness can do the same. Releasing the need to track moments, letting thoughts soften, and resting within a stability that does not recognize endings, only continuous support. Block 10. The year ending without a signal. As the year reaches its final position along Earth's orbit, nothing announces the moment. There is no shift in sound, no change in pressure, no subtle vibration passing through the planet to mark completion. Earth does not pause, acknowledge, or prepare. It simply continues moving, guided by the same forces that have carried it forward for billions of years. The idea of a year ending exists only where time is counted. On the planet itself, motion remains smooth and uninterrupted. Earth's orbit around the sun is not divided into sections. It is a continuous curve, shaped by gravity and momentum, rather than by milestones. When one full circuit is completed, the planet does not return to a starting point. It passes through the same region of space again. But space itself is also moving, expanding, and shifting. Even repetition is not exact. Each year flows seamlessly into the next, without overlap or separation. From the surface, this movement is completely undetectable. There is no sensation of speed, no indication of direction. Oceans remain level. Air stays wrapped gently around the planet. Mountains and plains continue resting where they are. Earth demonstrates that enormous motion can exist without disturbance when it is balanced and steady. The end of a year does not disrupt this balance in any way. The sun's light continues reaching Earth at angles determined by tilt and position, not by timekeeping. Seasons shift slowly as the planet moves, but the change is gradual and layered. Even at the moment a year completes its loop, light behaves exactly as it did the day before. Morning arrives, evening fades, night settles. Nothing in the sky recognizes that a cycle is closed. Life on Earth does not pause at the end of a year. Cells continue dividing. Leaves continue exchanging gases. Roots absorb water steadily. Microorganisms move through soil and water without awareness of dates. The systems that sustain life operate continuously, guided by availability and balance, rather than by calendar markers. The idea of an ending often suggests completion, reflection, or transition, but on Earth, transitions rarely happen at specific moments. They unfold slowly. Winter deepens or recedes by degrees. Growth slows or resumes gradually. Rest arrives without being scheduled. The planet does not need a signal to change. It responds naturally when conditions shift. Night often feels like a natural ending, but even night does not stop anything. It softens activity, reduces contrast, and allows systems to settle. But motion continues beneath the surface. The planet rotates. Air circulates. Heat moves gently. Night is not a conclusion. It is a continuation under different conditions. The year's end is similar. It does not close anything. It simply represents one complete orbit within a much longer flow of time. Earth has completed this loop countless times before, and it will complete countless more. Each one passes quietly, without recognition, without effort. There is comfort in this quiet continuity. Nothing needs to be finished for time to continue. Nothing needs to be resolved for balance to remain. Earth does not carry unfinished business from one year to the next. It carries everything forward smoothly, without judgment or memory. As these calm realities settle into awareness, there is no moment you need to watch for and no signal you need to notice. The year ends without a sound because nothing has stopped. And as Earth continues moving forward without marking the transition, your own awareness is free to release the idea of endings, soften its grip on time, and rest within a steady flow that does not require acknowledgement, completion, or effort. Block 11. Rest arriving without being scheduled. As the year reaches what humans describe as its ending, rest does not appear because a particular moment has been chosen. Earth does not schedule rest, and it does not wait for a signal to slow down. Rest emerges naturally when energy is finished moving, when conditions soften enough to allow stillness to take shape. This has always been the planet's way, not through intention, decision, or command, but through balance that settles on its own. Across the surface of the planet, activity eases gradually as light fades and temperatures begin to stabilize. This easing is subtle and continuous, almost impossible to pinpoint. There is no instant where motion stops and rest begins. Instead, the planet glides between states. Warmth releases slowly from land and water, rising gently into the air. Air currents lose strength, spreading out and becoming less defined. Sound softens, losing its sharp edges. These changes unfold over hours, not moments, allowing rest to form without interruption or strain. Oceans demonstrate this quiet arrival of rest with remarkable clarity. After winds.com, waves do not disappear suddenly. They smooth themselves out one movement at a time, each rise carrying less energy than the last. The surface settles naturally, without memory of disturbance. Beneath this surface, deeper waters remain calm regardless of what happens above. In the ocean, rest does not require a complete stillness. It exists as balanced motion reduced to a level that no longer demands attention. Land follows the same unhurried pattern. Forests do not fall silent all at once. Movement fades gradually as air settles and animals retreat into shelter. Leaves stop rustling when wind loses strength. Branches hold still. The ground cools evenly, releasing heat at a pace that protects roots and microorganisms from sudden change. Deserts release warmth slowly into the night sky, allowing stillness to spread openly across vast spaces. Mountains hold their temperature and shape steadily, unaffected by short spans of time or human markers. Living systems respond instinctively to these conditions. Bodies reduce activity when energy input decreases. Metabolism slows without conscious effort. Muscles soften. Attention narrows gently or fades altogether. Rest is not something life forces upon itself. It becomes accessible when the environment no longer signals urgency. Earth provides these conditions consistently, not only at the end of a year, but every time light fades and energy disperses fully. Human environments, though layered with artificial rhythm, still reflect this planetary pattern. Streets grow quieter as movement diminishes. Buildings cool slowly from the heat of the day. Vibrations from activity pass through the ground and dissipate. Beneath all human structures and schedules, the earth remains steady, absorbing motion and releasing it calmly. The passing of a year does not interrupt rest. Rest appears wherever effort has completed itself. There is no final rest belonging to one year and no first rest belonging to the next. Rest flows continuously, appearing and receding as conditions change. The planet does not label these moments or assign them meaning. It trusts the natural cycle of activity and release, allowing rest to exist whenever energy no longer needs to move. This is the deeper truth beneath the idea of a year coming to an end. Rest does not belong to dates, resolutions, or conclusions. It belongs to states of balance. When light fades, when warmth releases, when movement completes itself, rest is already present. It does not need to be invited, earned, or planned. As these quiet reflections settle into awareness, there is nothing you need to wait for, and nothing you need to prepare. Rest is not arriving from the future. It is already forming in the present, wherever effort loosens its grip. And as Earth continues offering rest without schedule, signal, or ceremony, your own awareness is free to follow, softening naturally, releasing the need to mark time, and settling into a calm that exists without permission, expectation, or end. Block 12. The night holding everything gently. As the year continues its quiet passage, night arrives without ceremony, doing what it has always done. Darkness spreads gradually across the planet, not as an interruption, but as a soft condition that allows everything to settle. Earth does not use night as a boundary between moments. It uses it as a container, a gentle holding space where movement slows, contrast softens, and effort naturally fades. When night begins, light does not disappear all at once. It thins, stretches, and loosens its grip. Colors fade into simpler tones. Edges blur slightly. Vision no longer demands precision. The planet reduces stimulation carefully, allowing awareness to relax without resistance. Nothing is taken away. Everything is simply softened enough to rest. As darkness deepens, temperature changes unfold slowly and releases warmth upward into the air. Molecule by molecule, water holds its heat longer, offering stability to surrounding air and ecosystems. Cooling happens over hours, not moments. This gradual release prevents shock, allowing systems to ease into stillness instead of collapsing into it. The planet understands that rest arrives best when change is gentle. Air responds to this cooling by settling into calm layers. Rising currents weaken. Winds lose urgency. Movement remains present but restrained, held quietly in balance. Sound travels differently now, less sharply, less insistently. Noise does not vanish, but it fades into the background, losing the power to pull attention outward. Night reshapes perception without effort. Across the surface, living systems adjust smoothly. Plants shift from growth into maintenance. Internal processes slow and turn inward. Animals reduce activity or move softly through darkness, conserving energy. There is no signal telling life to stop. There is simply less demand to act. Earth creates conditions where rest becomes the most natural response. Human environments are held within the same container. Artificial light may persist, but beneath it, the planet's rhythm remains unchanged. Buildings cool gradually, streets quiet. Vibrations pass through the ground and dissipate. Beneath schedules and structures, Earth continues offering stillness as an option rather than a rule. Night also changes how time is experienced. Without strong visual cues, moments feel wider and less defined. The mind becomes less interested in sequence and progress. Attention drifts inward naturally. The planet does not remove time during night. It simply stops emphasizing it. This allows awareness to rest without needing to track anything. Darkness has shaped life on Earth. For as long as light has, countless generations evolved to trust this daily return to softness. Hormones release gradually. Breathing deepens without instruction. Muscles loosen. Rest becomes a response to environment rather than an act of will. The planet does not teach rest through explanation. It teaches it through conditions. At the turning of the year, night behaves no differently than at any other time. It does not mark endings or beginnings. It holds everything the same way it always has, gently, patiently, without expectation. The planet does not change its rhythm to acknowledge a new cycle. It continues trusting the one that has always worked. As these calm realities drift through awareness, there is nothing to follow and nothing to complete. Night is already holding the world quietly, and as Earth allows darkness to contain everything without effort, your own awareness is free to do the same, settling inward, releasing the need to observe or decide, and resting comfortably within a calm that does not require direction, resolution, or an end. Block 13. Time releasing its weight at the year's edge. As the year moves through what humans recognize as its final stretch, time itself does not gather weight or importance. It does not slow down to acknowledge completion, nor does it accelerate towards something new. Time on Earth continues exactly as it always has. Steady, even, unbroken. There is no tightening of moments, and no sense of arrival from the planet's perspective. What changes near the end of a year is not time itself, but the way human attention relates to it. The feeling that time becomes heavier at this point in the year is created by habit rather than by motion. Earth does not carry summaries, expectations, or unfinished thoughts from one cycle to the next. It does not look backward or forward. The planet remains fully present within a continuous flow, where one moment follows another without hierarchy. There is no moment that matters more than the one before it. There is no special threshold that time must cross. On geological scales, the lightness of time becomes obvious. Mountains rise and erode over spans so vast that individual years dissolve completely. 1,000 years is a brief pause. 1,000,000 years is a quiet breath. Rivers continue shaping land through repetition rather than events, wearing stone away grain by grain. Ice sheets advance and retreat slowly, responding to long-term balance rather than to individual seasons or dates. These processes do not feel the closing of a year because they are not built from units small enough to notice it. Biological time reflects the same calm continuity. Cells divide and renew without counting. Breathing continues without marking duration. Heartbeats do not change rhythm because a calendar shifts. Hormones rise and fall in response to light and rest, not to anniversaries. Life experiences time as rhythm rather than as accumulation. It moves forward by responding to conditions, not by tracking how much has passed. Even memory on Earth is not tied to years. The ground remembers pressure and heat, not dates. Ice remembers temperature and air composition, not seasons by name. Trees record growth through rings that reflect conditions, not calendar cycles. These records are layered slowly, without emphasis, storing change without attaching meaning to when it occurred. Time here is held gently, without weight. Night deepens this release of time's pressure. As darkness spreads, fewer cues demand attention. Without bright light or constant activity, the mind relaxes its habit of measuring progression. Minutes stretch softly. Moments widen. There is less interest in sequence and less need to label experience. Earth has always existed in this softened relationship with time, where progression happens without insistence. The idea that a year must be closed, evaluated, or completed belongs to human structure, not to planetary motion. Earth does not resolve one cycle before continuing into the next. It carries everything forward smoothly, without judgment and without pause. Nothing is sorted. Nothing is finalized. Balance remains intact simply because motion continues evenly. This release of time's weight allows rest to deepen naturally. When time is no longer treated as something to manage, catch up with, or conclude, effort fades. Awareness settles into the present without needing to define it. The planet does not hurry you through time, and it does not hold you back. It carries you steadily, allowing moments to exist without pressure. At the edge of the year, time becomes lighter, not because something is ending, but because nothing needs to be held anymore. There is no accumulation to protect and no future to prepare for. Earth moves forward exactly as it always has, trusting continuity over conclusion. As these quiet truths drift through awareness, there is nothing to catch up on and nothing to leave behind. Time has already released its weight, and as Earth continues forward without burden or memory, your own awareness is free to do the same, resting within a flow that does not require attention, meaning, completion, or an end. BLOCK14 continuity, where nothing resets. As the year passes, the point humans label as its end, nothing on Earth resets. There is no clearing of state, no return to zero, no internal adjustment to begin again. Continuity remains intact. Motion continues exactly as it did the moment before, carried forward by the same balances that have always guided the planet. Earth does not pause to transition. It does not require a clean edge to move onward. The idea of a reset belongs to systems that measure and divide. On Earth itself, processes do not restart. They overlap. Temperature trends extend smoothly across months. Ocean currents keep their long paths without interruption. Atmospheric circulation continues looping around the planet, redistributing heat and moisture with patience. Nothing empties out to make space for what comes next. Everything simply continues. This continuity is visible in the way seasons change. Winter does not begin at a single moment, nor does it end abruptly. Cold deepens gradually or loosens by degrees. Snow accumulates slowly or melts over time. Light lengthens or shortens minute by minute. These changes do not obey sharp boundaries. They unfold as smooth transitions, each moment blending into the next without distinction. Living systems rely on this lack of reset. Bodies do not stop and start at the year's edge. Cells continue repairing, replacing, and renewing. Breathing remains steady. Sleep cycles carry on unchanged. Hormonal rhythms follow light and rest, not dates. Life persists through continuity, not through interruption. Stability depends on flow, not on restarting. The ground beneath you demonstrates this clearly. Heat continues moving slowly through soil and stone. Water keeps seeping, settling, and flowing. Roots remain engaged with nutrients. Microorganisms continue their quiet work. None of this pauses to acknowledge a new cycle. The earth beneath remains present, supporting life without condition. Even the planet's path through space does not reset. Earth does not return to a starting position at the end of its orbit. Space itself has moved. The sun has shifted slightly within the galaxy. Each orbit carries the planet forward into a new region, even as the pattern remains familiar. Repetition exists without exact repetition. Continuity does not mean sameness. It means unbroken motion. Night offers a clear example of this principle. Darkness does not reset the world. It carries it forward under softer conditions. Movement continues, but with less urgency. Rest emerges, but activity is not erased. Morning arrives gradually, not as a restart, but as another shift in the same ongoing flow. The planet trusts this overlap completely. The end of a year works the same way. Nothing must be cleared away before time can continue. Nothing must be completed before motion is allowed. Earth does not separate what is past from what is coming. It holds everything together within the same steady movement. This is why rest feels deeper when the idea of reset is released. When nothing needs to be prepared or corrected, effort dissolves naturally. Awareness no longer searches for boundaries. It settles into the present flow, where continuity replaces expectation. As these reflections settle, there is nothing you need to close and nothing you need to reopen. Continuity is already in place. The planet is carrying everything forward gently, without interruption. And as Earth continues without resetting, your own awareness is free to do the same. Resting within a calm that does not need renewal, definition, or a beginning to remain complete. Block 15, the year becoming another quiet moment. As the year moves beyond its final label, it does not transform into something new or different. It does not cross a threshold or shift into a separate state. It simply becomes another quiet moment within a continuous stream of time that has never stopped moving. Earth does not distinguish between the last day of a year and the first day of the next. Both exist within the same steady flow, held by balance rather than by meaning or intention. From the planet's perspective, each moment is complete in itself. Nothing builds toward an ending, and nothing waits to begin. Heat continues moving gently through land and water, redistributing itself without awareness. Air circulates steadily, rising and settling in response to temperature rather than to dates. Light fades and returns according to angle and distance alone. These processes remain calm and reliable, unchanged by the passage of a year. What humans often experience as a transition is, for Earth, simply continuity becoming easier to notice. As activity slows and attention softens, the absence of urgency creates space for stillness. The year does not close like a door. It dissolves quietly into the same flow that carried it forward from the beginning. Earth does not store the year as a memory. It releases it instantly, because nothing was ever held separately in the first place. Across the surface of the planet, systems continue operating within this same unbroken rhythm. Rivers follow their paths without hesitation, responding only to gravity and terrain. Soil continues exchanging nutrients quietly, supporting roots and microorganisms without interruption. Trees hold their form and grow when conditions allow, adding layers slowly without marking time. Oceans maintain their vast, patient circulation, moving heat and water across the globe at a pace measured in decades rather than moments. None of these systems recognize that a cycle has ended. They are structured around balance that continues, not around cycles that conclude. Even in human-built environments, this continuity remains present beneath layers of structure and schedule. Streets grow quieter and then active again. Buildings cool and warm gradually. Electrical systems hum steadily. Beneath all of it, the Earth remains unchanged in its approach. It does not adapt to human timekeeping. It offers the same stability regardless of dates, celebrations, or transitions. The sense that something must happen at the end of a year often creates tension. There can be a feeling that something needs to be completed, released, or prepared. Earth offers a different example. Nothing needs to be marked for time to continue. Nothing needs to be resolved for balance to remain. The planet carries everything forward effortlessly, allowing moments to pass without significance attached. This understanding allows rest to deepen naturally. When the idea of an ending dissolves, effort fades with it. Awareness no longer searches for closure or anticipation. It settles into the present moment, which is no different from any other. The planet does not ask you to move on or prepare for what comes next. It simply continues holding you, steady and supported. The year becomes quiet not because it is finished, but because it was never separate from the flow to begin with. Its end does not create space. Space already exists. Its passing does not remove anything. Nothing was held tightly enough to be lost. Continuity remains intact, gentle, and unbroken. As these reflections drift through awareness, there is nothing you need to transition into and nothing you need to leave behind. The year has become another moment, resting within the same steady movement that carries everything forward. And as Earth continues without marking the change, your own awareness is free to do the same. Easing deeper into rest, releasing the need to define time, and remaining comfortably within a flow that does not require recognition, resolution, or effort. Block 16. The planet carrying forward without pause. As the year fades into continuity, Earth does not hesitate or adjust its pace. There is no moment where the planet pauses to acknowledge what has passed or prepare for what follows. Motion continues smoothly, carried forward by the same steady forces that have always guided it. Gravity remains constant, rotation remains even, orbit remains balanced. Nothing needs to be restarted because nothing ever stopped. The planet's movement through space is uninterrupted and calm. Earth travels along its path without resistance, without friction, without sensation. From the surface, this immense journey is felt as stillness. Oceans remain level, air stays gently wrapped around the globe. Land holds its shape without strain. The year does not end with the change in direction or speed. It simply becomes another point along a path that has no edges. This continuity is mirrored in the way systems on Earth respond to time. Heat continues moving gradually through stone, soil, and water. Air keeps circulating in wide, patient loops. Moisture rises, gathers, and returns without schedule. These processes do not need closure. They rely on balance, not completion. The planet does not tidy up one year before allowing the next to unfold. Night after night, Earth demonstrates this principle clearly. Darkness does not interrupt motion, it softens Italiano. Activity does not vanish, it becomes quieter, more efficient, less demanding. Morning does not reset the world, it gently shifts conditions, allowing movement to increase again. Each day overlaps with the next, just as each year does, creating a seamless flow rather than a series of separate units. Living systems depend on this lack of pause. Bodies do not suspend their functions at the year's edge. Cells continue repairing and renewing. Breathing remains steady. Sleep cycles unfold according to light and rest rather than to dates. Life continues because continuity is preserved. Stability comes not from stopping and starting, but from allowing processes to carry forward smoothly. Even memory on Earth works this way. The ground does not erase what is past to make room for what comes next. Its layers change gently. Ice accumulates slowly. Sediment settles quietly. Trees add growth rings when conditions allow. These records do not mark years as endings. They simply reflect ongoing response to environment, held without emphasis. The idea of pausing at the end of a year can create a sense that something must be resolved. Earth offers another way. Nothing needs to be concluded for movement to remain balanced. Nothing needs to be released for stability to continue. The planet carries everything forward effortlessly, without sorting or judging. This unbroken motion allows rest to coexist with movement. Earth can be traveling through space while remaining calm. It can support life while easing into stillness. Motion does not disturb rest when it is aligned. The planet shows that continuity itself can be restful. As these quiet truths settle into awareness, there's nothing you need to wait for and nothing you need to finish. The year has already become part of an ongoing flow, and as Earth carries everything forward without pause, your own awareness is free to follow, releasing the need for breaks, endings, or beginnings, and resting comfortably within a steady movement that does not require effort, attention, or direction. Block 17, calm continuation beneath awareness. As the year moves further into quiet continuity, Earth does not carry awareness of where it has been or where it is going. It exists fully within motion itself, allowing processes to continue beneath notice. There is no sense of progress or delay within the planet's systems. Everything unfolds at the pace it requires, guided by balance rather than intention. Continuation here is not an action, it is a condition. Beneath the surface of daily life, countless slow processes remain active without drawing attention. Heat migrates gently through layers of stone and soil. Pressure redistributes itself over long spans of time. Water continues its hidden movement underground, filling spaces and easing forward drop by drop. These changes do not announce themselves, they simply persist, creating stability through patience. Above the surface, the same quiet continuation is present. Air circulates steadily, responding to temperature differences that shift by degrees rather than moments. Clouds form, thin, and dissolve without resistance. Light arrives and fades according to distance and angle alone. None of these systems pause to reflect on time passing. They respond only to conditions, maintaining balance through repetition rather than effort. Living systems mirror this calm persistence. Cells renew themselves continuously. Breathing continues without pause. The heart maintains its rhythm, steady and dependable. Sleep and waking blend gradually into one another. Life does not move in segments. It flows. Even when rest deepens, essential processes continue softly, sustaining stability without interruption. Night reinforces the state of gentle continuation. With fewer signals demanding response, awareness loosens its focus. The absence of urgency allows the background processes of the planet to feel more present. Sound fades, movement softens, yet nothing truly stops. The world remains active at a level that does not require attention, allowing stillness and motion to coexist. The idea that something must conclude before something else can begin is absent here. Earth does not complete one state before allowing another. States overlap naturally. Cooling and warming coexist. Activity and rest share space. Continuation is not linear. It is layered with multiple rhythms, unfolding simultaneously, none dominating the others. This layered continuation is what gives Earth its sense of calm. Nothing is isolated. Nothing is rushed to completion. Processes are allowed to reach their own natural balance. When energy is finished moving, rest appears. When conditions shift, movement resumes. No step requires announcement or preparation. The planet's long history is built from this quiet persistence. Ages pass without notice. Landscapes change through repetition rather than events. Life adapts slowly, responding to subtle shifts rather than to sudden demands. Continuation here is not resistance to change. It is the means by which change remains gentle. As these reflections settle into awareness, there is no need to follow them closely. They exist whether they are noticed or not. Earth continues beneath awareness, steady and as the planet allows continuation to unfold without attention, your own awareness can do the same. Drifting gently, releasing the need to track or define time, and resting within a calm that remains present, even as everything quietly continues. Block 18. Stillness emerging without being created. As the year continues dissolving into continuity, stillness does not need to be formed or invited. It appears naturally when movement has finished expressing itself. Earth does not attempt to become still. It allows stillness to surface when balance is reached. This is why stillness on the planet feels stable rather than fragile. It is not held in place. It is allowed to exist. Across the surface, small motions complete themselves quietly. Leaves stop moving when air settles. Water smooths its surface after waves lose energy. Dust drifts downward and rests where it lands. None of these moments require instruction. They occur because energy has finished moving and no longer needs to continue. Stillness follows movement without conflict, without resistance, without effort. The ground absorbs motion gently. Vibrations from footsteps, wind, or distant activity pass through soil and stone, then dissolve. Earth does not echo endlessly. It accepts movement, distributes it, and releases it calmly. This ability to absorb and soften motion is what allows stillness to return so quickly and so reliably. The atmosphere behaves the same way. When pressure differences lessen, air does not continue moving unnecessarily. It settles into layers, resting quietly above the surface. This resting air is not empty or inactive, it is balanced. Movement remains possible, but it is no longer required. Stillness here is readiness without urgency. Water demonstrates this principle with clarity. After disturbance, lakes and seas do not remain restless. Ripples flatten, currents slow. The surface returns to calm without remembering what disrupted it. Stillness does not resent motion. It simply reappears when conditions allow. Earth trusts this return completely. Night creates ideal conditions for this emergence of stillness. Without strong light driving temperature differences, fewer adjustments are needed. Systems relax. Movement reduces naturally. Sound softens. Perception widens. The planet does not enforce quiet. It removes the need for activity, allowing stillness to form on its own. Living systems respond instinctively. Muscles loosen when external demands fade. Breathing deepens without guidance. Attention drifts inward naturally. The nervous system recognizes stillness through environmental cues rather than through conscious decision. Earth provides these cues consistently, teaching rest without instruction. Stillness also exists between thoughts, just as it exists between movements. These spaces are not empty. They are complete moments where nothing needs to happen. The planet does not rush to fill these spaces. It allows gaps to remain, knowing that balance depends on them as much as it depends on motion. Time behaves differently in stillness. Without constant change to mark progression, moments feel wider. Sequence loses importance. There is no sense of falling behind or moving ahead. Stillness releases the need to measure. It allows experience to exist without direction. Earth does not treat stillness as special. It does not protect it or preserve it. Stillness is simply what remains when energy has finished moving. It is always available beneath activity, waiting without expectation. As these quiet truths drift through awareness, there is nothing to achieve and nothing to maintain. Stillness is already present, forming naturally wherever effort is ended. And as Earth allows stillness to emerge without being created, your own awareness can do the same, releasing control, loosening focus, and resting gently within a calm that does not need to be held in place. Block 19. Quiet awareness without direction. As the year dissolves further into continuity, awareness no longer needs a destination. Earth does not move with intention, and it does not aim toward outcomes or conclusions. It exists within motion without directing it, allowing balance to guide everything quietly. In the same way, awareness can rest without purpose, without needing to go anywhere, fix anything, or become something else. This state is not emptiness. It is presence without pressure, stability without effort. Across the planet, countless processes continue without awareness guiding them. Heat migrates slowly through land and water, redistributing itself with patience. Air circulates in wide, looping patterns shaped by temperature and rotation rather than by intent. Moisture rises, gathers, and settles again according to simple physical conditions. None of these movements require observation to occur. They unfold because balance allows them to, not because they are noticed. Earth demonstrates constantly that awareness is not required for stability to exist. At night, this truth becomes easier to sense, with fewer external signals demanding response. Attention naturally loosens its grip. The mind no longer needs to scan, interpret, or anticipate. Sounds arrive softly and fade without asking to be understood. Movement becomes background rather than focus. The environment does not request explanation. It simply exists, allowing awareness to drift without direction. The planet itself exists in this state at all times. Earth does not track its progress through space or reflect on where it has been. It responds when conditions shift, then returns to balance. There is no narrative within these responses. There is only adjustment followed by calm. Earth is present without story, stable without awareness, complete without commentary. Living systems mirror this effortless state. The body breathes without instruction. The heart maintains rhythm without supervision. Cells repair, renew, and replace themselves continuously, independent of conscious involvement. Sleep unfolds when conditions allow, not when awareness decides. Awareness fades not because something is lost, but because nothing is required. Life continues quietly, beneath the surface of attention. Sound, when it appears, does not demand interpretation. It emerges, passes through space, and dissolves naturally. Silence fills the spaces between sounds without needing to be noticed or protected. Earth does not cling to either. Both are allowed to exist fully, then release. Awareness does not need to follow them. It can remain still while experience moves gently around it. Time also changes its character in this state. Without goals, deadlines, or sequence, moments no longer stack or accumulate. There is no sense of moving ahead or falling behind. Experience spreads wide rather than forward. Earth exists permanently within this softener relationship with time, where progression happens without emphasis and continuity remains gentle and unbroken. The idea that awareness must be active, focused, or productive belongs to human structure. Earth offers a different example. Awareness can be passive, open, and receptive without losing stability. It can rest without disappearing. The planet continues supporting oceans, air, land, and life. Even when awareness is absent entirely, proving that presence does not require effort or control. As the year dissolves into another quiet stretch of time, there is no direction that needs to be chosen. Awareness does not need to follow the year forward or prepare for what comes next. It can remain exactly where it is, supported by conditions that no longer demand response or interpretation. In T-space, nothing is missing. Nothing is unfinished. Awareness does not need to expand or contract. It simply rests, held by the same balance that carries the planet steadily through space and time. As these reflections settle into the background, there is nothing to hold on to and nothing to let go of. Awareness is already free of direction, and as Earth continues without needing to know where it is going, your own awareness can do the same. Resting quietly, unoccupied, and at ease within a flow that does not require attention, movement, purpose, or an end. Bell OCK 20. Rest continuing without an ending. As the year dissolves completely into continuity, rest does not arrive as a final state, a conclusion, or a destination reached after effort. It does not signal that something has been completed or resolved. On Earth, rest exists without ceremony and without borders. It is not an event that begins or ends. It is a condition that remains available whenever energy is finished moving and no longer needs to express itself. The planet does not pause to enter rest. It simply allows rest to remain. Across the surface of the Earth, balance holds quietly. Temperatures do not lock into place. They stabilize gently, adjusting by small degrees rather than abrupt shifts. Air layers remain calm, stacked softly above one another, exchanging heat slowly and evenly. Water rests where it has settled, moving only when balance changes enough to require motion. Nothing presses forward, and nothing pulls away. There is no anticipation of what comes next. The planet remains fully present within equilibrium, trusting that change will arrive naturally when conditions truly call for it. Even as Earth continues its constant journey through space, rest is not disturbed. The planet travels smoothly along its orbit, guided by gravity rather than force or correction. There is no sensation of speed, no vibration, no strain. Movement and rest exist together without conflict. Earth shows that motion does not require effort when it is aligned and continuous. Vast distances are crossed while stillness remains intact. The surface of the planet is supported by this quiet stability. Land holds its form gently, neither tightening nor releasing. Oceans maintain their slow, patient circulation, redistributing heat and nutrients across immense distances without urgency. The atmosphere continues mixing gases evenly, sustaining life, breath by breath without interruption. These processes do not interrupt rest. They are expressions of it. Rest on Earth does not mean inactivity. It means balance that no longer demands attention. Deep beneath the surface, slower processes continue without disturbing calm. Heat migrates gradually through layers of rock. Pressure redistributes itself across spans of time so long they feel indistinguishable from stillness. Water seeps silently through underground pathways, shaping stone drop by drop. These movements are so slow that they merge with rest rather than opposing it. The planet does not separate deep motion from stillness. It allows them to exist together, with rest remaining dominant. Time loses its structure completely here, without markers, milestones, or expectations. Moments feel wide and unmeasured. There is no sequence to follow, and no future to prepare for. Earth does not track time during rest. It allows time to stretch softly, forming continuity rather than duration. In this state, nothing feels late or early. Nothing is approaching, and nothing is being left behind. Sound becomes minimal or disappears entirely. Silence does not announce itself and does not require recognition. It simply remains. Darkness continues, holding the surface gently, lowering contrasts and softening edges. These conditions stay stable without effort, creating a space where awareness does not need to move, evaluate, interpret, or respond. Nothing signals that rest must end. Dawn will arrive when it arrives, but it will not interrupt rest. Light will return gradually, and systems will respond slowly, without shock or disruption. Rest is not removed. It transforms gently as conditions change. Until then, it remains intact, open, and available without limit. The planet does not cling to rest, and it does not resist motion. It allows rest to persist as long as balance remains, trusting continuity over control. There is no fear of losing rest, because it is never truly gone. It returns whenever effort fades, whenever movement completes itself naturally. As these final reflections settle deeper into awareness, there's nothing to carry forward and nothing to remember. Nothing needs to be closed, and nothing needs to begin. The earth continues resting quietly, supported by its own balance, without awareness and without intention. And within this ongoing rest, your own awareness is free to remain still, unoccupied, and at ease, without needing to wake, decide, or move anywhere at all. Rest continues. Stillness remains. Nothing is required.